Here a single S is being combined to 3P. For example, if I explain you with the help of your daily life examples, suppose you have one bread, okay, and on this one bread, or you can say this one bread is being mixed with jam, butter, and some chocolate like Hershey's chocolate come. Okay, so the percentage S character, or you can see, they cannot move freely just like sp3 hybridization move. So there is a restricted rotation here as only 2 sigma bonds are there, and the structure here, or you can say the geometry here, is trigonal planar, means this, like this. Okay, so this is trigonal planar. There are 3 angles here, and this is actually in 2D structure. Okay, so this was trigonal planar. Actually, there are 3 angles here, and the complete angle is 360 degree. So one angle will be 120 degree. That is the bond angle. A cycle I discussed with you, cyclic structure, in fact I should say, there were 3 pi bonds there. So benzene, this benzene is also an example of sp2 hybridization. Now comes the third type of hybridization, that is sp hybridization. In this what happens, 1 2s and 1 2p orbitals mix with each other, and they form 2 sp hybrid orbitals, right? And you know that only 1 2p has been mixed, so 2 2p's are remaining. These 2 unhybridized p orbitals remain as such, and they go in the sidewise overlapping. So these 2 sidewise overlappings result in 2 pi bonds, right? The example is C2H2, that is ethine, right? So this was your 2 carbons. If I draw a skeleton, that will be H, and here this will be H. The characteristic is this, there is a line structure that is of 180 degree. So it is your linear structure, and as you know that there are 2 pi bonds and 1 sigma bond, so they have shortest bond length and strongest bond, because you know what, 2 pi and 1 sigma of 2 atoms are combining, so they have strongest bonds. If I make a comparison table for you and for your understanding, you can make with me. Write hybridization here, write geometry here, write bond angle here with me. Okay, so the hybridization, first we read sp3, then we read sp2, then we read sp1, right? So in sp3 hybridization we saw tetrahedral geometry, right? In sp2 hybridization we saw trigonal planar geometry. sp2 was just like this, sp3 was like this, a 3D structure was this, sp1 is linear structure, it is just like this. So the bond angle in sp3 was 109.5 degree, in trigonal planar it was 120 degree, and in linear it was 180 degree. Now it's your homework to write sigma and pi bonds here. How many sigma and pi bonds will be there? Okay, now we come on the some of the important orders which you must remember here. Okay, so the very first order is of bond strength order. Okay, so now you know that sp, sp2 and sp3, you have 3 types, right? In sp, suppose if I represent carbon by these balls, here between 2 carbons there will be 3 bond, here there will be 2 bond, here only single bond. So if a thing, or you can say in fact if 2 things are being combined to each other by 3 types of overlapping, or in total 3 overlappings. Here only 2 overlapping, here only 1 overlapping. So now you tell me whether 3 overlappings, 3 bonds will be more strong, or 1 bond will be more strong. So your common sense says this. That 3 bondings will be more strong. So this is the bond strength order: sp, sp2 and sp3. You know that bond length is inversely proportional to bond strength. Therefore, I can also write the order of bond length, that is sp3 greater than sp2 greater than sp1. If I ask you about the percentage S character, so what does it mean, percentage S character? First of all, I would like to explain this concept. Actually, what is the concept behind this? That we know whether it is sp3, whether it is sp2, or whether it is sp, there is the mixing of s and p orbitals, and the percentage of mixing of s orbitals is different in all of these. Here, a single s is being combined to 3p. For example, if I explain you with the help of your daily life examples, suppose you have one bread, okay, and on this one bread, or you can say this one bread is being mixed with jam, butter, and some chocolate, like Hershey's chocolate come. Okay, so the percentage S character, or you can say that the taste of bread, involvement of bread will be different, because on a same bread you are applying 3 things, so the taste of bread will somewhat dilute. And suppose if there is only one bread and you applied only butter, so now you are having the taste of a bread and butter only, 2 tastes are there, so the taste of bread will not be diluted. Okay, so I hope these examples help you. So in sp3 there is only one s orbital and there are 3 p orbitals. Therefore, 3 p orbitals and 1 s orbital means 4 into 100. This means I have the percentage S character of 25% in sp3. Similarly, in sp2 you can calculate by 1 by 3 into 100, that will be 33%. And similarly, you can calculate in sp1, that is 1 by 2 into 100 equals to 50%. Right? So the order of S character will be sp greater than sp2 greater than sp3. So this equation and this equation, bond strength order, this equation are in the same manner: sp, sp2, then sp3. Here also sp, sp2 and sp3. Therefore, it is commonly said that percentage S character is directly proportional to bond stability, and it is inversely proportional to bond strength. This is a commonly spoken thing. Okay? Now, if I summarize up to here, I would like to say 3 lines to you. First, carbon shows sp3, sp2 and sp hybridization. Greater S character leads to stronger and shorter bonds, and sp hybridized carbon forms linear molecule, sp2 trigonal planar and sp3 tetrahedral, that is 3D. So, now let us discuss about acidity of CH bond. Actually, this acidity of CH bond depends on the stability of conjugate base, that is carbon ion, which we will read later on this chapter. But still, as we are discussing all the trends here, so I must mention acidity of CH bond also, that CH triple bond CH is more acidic than CH2 double bond CH2, then CH3 single bond CH3. So this I wanted to mention here along with all the trends. Now let's discuss about electronegativity. So what is this electronegativity? Actually, electronegativity is the power of any atom, or you can say any element, to gain the electron. So it is related to the attraction of electron. Okay. So as we know that sp is already short of electron. Okay, therefore it is the p orbital is doing sidewise overlap, means there is already shortage of electron. Therefore, it will be much more reluctant towards electron. This way I can say that sp has higher electronegativity than sp2 than sp3. This was the logic behind this. But if I give you the exact value of electronegativity, this will be of utmost importance for you because this helps. So Sp electronegativity is 3.1, Sp2 it is 2.8 and Sp3 it is 2.5, and these are must remember values. These are your important values. Okay, I hope up to now these all things are clear, but if I summarize it and I make a master comparison table for you, I will write bond length, then I will write bond strength. Or
crowded classes, these gaps go unnoticed. With one-to-one mentoring, chemistry becomes logical and real improvement begins.